session of Emdin On The Scene. As usual, my name remains Ola. I have Dolapo and Atabi here with me, and we're going to be discussing a lot of things today. But before we do that, you guys, let us pray. Yes, we have to. I just had to. I couldn't resist because I read something this morning that I didn't want to lose hope as a Nigerian, but then I was just worried. So our lawmakers, the National Assembly, has decided to have a prayer session this month where they will commit the country's matters. Because it's not funny. Yes, into God's hands, and concerning terrorism, the aviation sector, and a whole lot more challenges that the country is facing. Right. They've come, Senator Ita Enang has come out to say that there will be a prayer session this month.
So basically, they're saying they've done all they could. So yeah, the rest is God.
Exactly. Wow. I mean,
but if they're the ones that have to, drive or commandeer that session, we're in bigger trouble.
Yeah, this is another one now. They're blaming it on their higher power.
Yeah, now it's not natural anymore.
Yeah, the aviation sector too.
It's
God's act. And this one,
Boko Haram too. It's God.
It's God. Yeah.
So I guess in a way, they are putting God in the panel. You know how they when they have all those committees.
So now the committees
are about time.
So you got to come answer the question.
Since it's a prayer for Nigeria, is the president going to be invited? Is it going to be broadcast live? The ministers of the various sectors that they're praying for, will they be present as well?
I think it's a sectional prayer.
Will it be a monthly thing or a yearly thing?
It's a senatorial prayer till God answers his query.
Oh, okay,
cool. So,
till he concludes his report on his committee.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. Okay, that's a
but on the serious note, I think it's a good welcome development if they are sincere about it. There are some things that are more than meet the eyes.
Right.
So it's good that our leaders have decided to pray for our nation if it's sincere and if they are going to do it with clean hands.
Yeah,
that's the problem I'm having.
But what matters is what happens after.
Yes, exactly. But the prayer, we're all humans. We have our flaws and stuff.
Right.
But if it's done in a genuine manner, God is merciful, and I think He'll be able to answer our prayers, because the situations in Nigeria is more than policies and this, and we need the intervention of a higher power.
Yeah, we do. Speaking of intervention and all of that, Libya, as we all know, has been in the news for years. There's still opposition and government forces are still fighting. But what really struck me was the Prime Minister Ali Zidane was kidnapped yesterday. Now, before he was kidnapped, he came out to say that the Western world should help come to their aid, that Libya is in chaos, and next thing you know, he was kidnapped. But luckily for him, he was freed after. But I don't know, I
think it's just that statement of you kidnapping a prime minister. When it comes to that state, then everybody's like,
yeah.
Okay.
So I think it also made his mark, because since he had already made that statement, like they need help.
Yeah.
So would you think? I don't know. I'm just saying, it's a theory. Probably he wasn't.
But why would he be?
It would be to show how serious
the situation
is. It might not even be that, I'm not saying he made up the kidnapping or anything.
Yeah.
It might be that the people actually thought it's a good idea to find a way for them to get the attention that they actually need. Right now, we're talking about it.
You're right.
Before then, we were like, okay, they need help. Okay, cool.
The Lacoste conspiracy theory.
Mine is conspiracy theory. I'm just saying.
Anything is possible.
But I think it's a double-sided, two-edged sword. On one side, they're getting the attention. On the other hand, it's like a whole prime minister is adopted. What does that say about the country?
Security level.
So if they are trying to rebrand themselves or trying to get themselves away from the image that has been built over the years, then I don't think this is a good move. Because I won't go to, if I'm a foreigner, I won't go to Libya when their whole prime minister
can be kidnapped. Exactly.
So it works in two different ways. Or multiple ways.
Okay, so now another interesting thing that I heard today, and it just seems like a lot is happening in our continent, Africa. Malawi, they have a female president, Joyce Banda, so she sacked her entire cabinet. Like, imagine our president Jonathan sacking everybody. She did that because Malawi is like one of the third world nations, and they're very dependent on aid from from America, from Europe, and everywhere. So because there have been allegations of fraud, there were too many standout corruption, she decided to sack her cabinet. Don't you think that's like a very, very brave move, and like other African leaders should like follow?
Yeah, this is not the first time
something like that.
They always do it. It's not about changing the cabinet. I can throw out bad eggs, put in more bad eggs. So it's not about changing the cabinet. It's the whole mentality, like flushing out, creating a system where corruption is not acceptable. So even if you put those people there, because it's a system where corruption is not allowed, they will not be able to function properly, and they'll use their own 2 legs and leave. But if you change this and bring other people, they see it and it's going to come the same story again.
Something like that was done here in Ibadan when the Governor Jumobi did that. So would we say everything's have changed? So
even Jonathan, it wasn't everybody. But
but then he did reshuffle them. He put certain people
at certain
ministers of other places in other places. So I don't know. But do you know what I read? Just made me laugh. Apparently, there have been lots of instances where, like, ministers and whatnot, government office holders were caught with money under their beds in their cars. And it just reminded me of Nigeria. I'm sorry. It's not new that you find, when EFCC would arrest some person.
They just don't want to add money laundering.
Exactly. I just thought that was just like Nigeria all over again. Okay, so moving on.
Entertainment, just we all know about late MC Love, and recently there's been another tragedy in the family. The mother passed away. Now there's a Miss Bianca Johnson coming out there to talk about how friends, that's celebrity friends of MC Love, not being helpful during the time of the mother when she was alone. Because it wasn't just MC Love that passed away. She was not okay. So people, Bianca complained that people like Flavor did not help out. He only
and his former manager
talked about how he went on to sing about the loss of his friend with the track Iwe. That how can he go ahead and do something like that without showing his respect to the mother. Now my thought on that is that before the passing away of MC Love, how close was he to the mother? We have some friends right now. There are some friends you have that you just know them, but you don't know their parents.
But because of the relationship between you, I know you. We're very close, and you're like regard you as a sister. And something happens to you, and you too, of course. Yes, 2 of you are my twin sisters. Okay. So so something happens to you guys, and I know that you guys are the primary source of well-being for your mother. Because of that relationship, I will at least, because according to the report, I don't know if it's true or not, he didn't for once go to meet the mother and say, pay his respects and stuff.
But quite alright, he would have been present for the funeral and all that.
Yeah, but that's the way, if I call you my friend, if we were just colleagues, that's a different situation. But if they say they were childhood friends, at least, yes. At least if I go there and say, accept my distance, and here it's nothing for Flavor to drop 100,000 or something, for her upkeep. There's nothing. I'm not saying he's obligated to, but it's just a good gesture.
Because I remember even when that Green passed on, a lot of these artists went to see his family, and I know that even sometimes in the news you hear, this person will say, remember that Green, try and help the family. So hopefully all this will just, maybe if it's true that he's been distant, it will prompt him to help.
But it's kind of late. She's dead.
No, but I'm sure maybe he still has like family or something.
I don't know, but we're dead now. The funny thing is that humans are never satisfied. People will be like, now
that she's dead.
No, but they shouldn't have. It shouldn't have come to this before.
Exactly.
If it's not at this point, you should not even do anything. It's just make him look like a for lack of
like I said, humans will be satisfied. They'll say, oh, he still didn't do anything. So
yeah, it's still better than he did something. That's a backhand slap. Now she's dead.
I think at this point we need to chill because you guys seem to be going at each other. So that wraps it up for another session of my video blogging on Emdin On The Scene. You guys should please read it, leave your comments, and if you also want to post videos you expressing certain issues that are affecting you, the country, the world at large, feel free to do that and send it to me. You can check my profile on the blog for information. Until then, bye guys.